Hi, Seena. How are you?
Hi, great. How are you?
I'm okay. So, how have you been in general?
I had a great morning. Went for a walk on the beach with my friend. Beautiful, glorious sunrise. So from being cooped up, it was a real energy lifter.
Okay.
And yourself, what did you do?
Well, just getting through the motions, lockdown and corona. It's, kind of weighed you down, but I am looking forward to certain events. But before I get to those certain events, I wanted to know what what do you do in general, like before crypto, like what were you doing before then? I was kind of been curious about that for a while.
Oh, okay. Before crypto, I was actually based in the manufacturing industry. So I was a food technologist or quality manager, my day job.
Nice.
And basically, I worked in the dairy industry, beverage primarily. So, like for the likes of Clover making milk or Coke. And then lastly, I was actually working in the alcohol beverage industry, making vodka, Smirnoff.
Wow.
So, but I was mainly involved with the testing and the laboratory and quality side of things.
Okay. Is it like rewarding or is it like just, I mean, like, is it rewarding like financially? Or is it like, okay,
Well, it's challenging. It can be rewarding financially as well. It was
nice,
rewarding,
nice.
but a very structured kind of a job where very corporate hours, if you can say, where you had to be physically, in a building, running production. Uh, it didn't leave much time freedom. So that was one of my reasons why, I progressed to crypto and I wanted to
Okay,
get more in the online space to
okay.
try and change life a little bit. Because I've got lots of interests. I like adventure outside the corporate life. So getting into the crypto market and alternatives helped me just,
You have to be
free up
like,
some time to.
you have to be heavily, oh, on a bit like, were you introduced to crypto or did you just stumble across it naturally?
Well, actually, started with a gaming business.
Okay,
So
nice.
we had some gaming enthusiasts that were in the gaming industry, and it just so happened that the gaming people and crypto had some sort of synergy.
Wow,
And yeah, so that's how it
that's
started.
true. Like when you mean gaming, you mean like online betting or what kind of gaming you're referring to?
No, as like games that you guys play that they create online. Yeah, so it was called Jobson at the time. It was like a software company that we're creating different games and stuff like that. Yeah, like how you've got esports and all of that at the
Oh
moment. That's
yeah,
quite big.
yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
I know my I know betting sites are coming up with esports. It's becoming very popular.
It was actually very interesting. So, like how we are chatting now on the platform, you could invite your friend, and like how you would, uh, like go somewhere and buy a ticket. You buy a ticket to an event, and you guys can play each other. So, if it was a boxing tournament, you'd pay like a $1 entry fee, and I pay a $1 entry fee, and whoever won that bout would get 50% of the taking as a reward. So it was very interesting. It was like a
Yeah.
game thing linked to some financial.
Problem is I
That's
don't
how I
get it.
onboarded on crypto.
Okay, I didn't know crypto was into esports, but I know crypto does have sports betting. I know sports betting sites do have crypto in them. Like I have betted with crypto before, and it's kind of unusual, but it is something to get used to. But I'm still old-fashioned, where if I'm doing online sports betting, I just still use rands and stuff like that. But if it's coming to normally purchasing, the only thing with crypto, I'm just used to buying and holding. I've never really done like much uh, trading in terms of, well, now getting to the main gist of crypto. Do you do any trading in the sense that you're doing like stop loss and take profit kind of cryptos? Do you do that kind of trading?
Yeah, yeah. So interestingly enough, I like Binance Exchange because they have an offer
Okay.
with something called a stop limit loss. So that's like a
What
little bit
loss?
twofold. A stop limit order. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit
Okay.
better than the normal stop limit. So say if you can place a trade, so say something is selling at $10 and you're not available. It's like going to happen in the night where you think there might be a big price shift.
Hmm.
So you can set a stop limit order where you'll say the order must start when it's at $10.20, but and you want to buy a sell order, or you want to take a sell order. So you will sell only when the price hits. It activates at $10.20, but it'll only sell maybe at a higher volume. So you want it to sell at 10.50, but
Yeah.
the trade opens at 10.20. So
Yeah.
it gives you a leeway where it allows for the price to go higher up, so you can make more because it only activates after the $10-20 has hit.
No,
So
but
even if you're not
like,
available in the night, so it's very good.
oh,
Or even to protect your order. So say if you want to sell, so you only want to sell when it hits maybe $10.90. So it'll only activate at maybe $10.95. So if you had to buy ordinarily, you only get it for 10.90, but you can save yourself. So there's a leeway where you can fluctuate in a wider band. It's interesting with stop limit order.
okay. No, like what I mean is that when you're doing trading, like how do you do like a stop loss and all that? So for example, if you're buying at, let's say, I mean, if you're selling at, let's say, 10.90, but then the trade is going all the way down to, hmm, it's going all the way down to 12, but then you want to do a stop loss at maybe 11.50. How do you do a stop loss on trading? Have you ever done
Yeah,
a
it's
stop?
all automatic on the system. Yeah, so it's a selection. So there's a trading market. So you just go and place your order, and it goes into the market once you place your order automatically. So as the movement happens, when it hits your price, it automatically picks up the order.
You know, I've
It
just
works with
thought
algorithms.
I've just thought of an idea. When we do our next video, you must show me how to do a live trade on crypto. Like you know how you
Yeah, we
do.
can. Yeah, we're going to place an order. Yeah.
Yeah, we will do that for our next. Just to get the people interested for the next one. We can't spoil everybody watching this. Just to get them all. Just have the whole cake and eat it. They must be glued in for the next one.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's a
hard
good
to
idea.
explain like that, but as you said, the best thing is to go live and place a trade, and by the end of the call, we can, sell off or keep something.
Yeah, it could be a short video. It doesn't have to be as
Yes.
well. Well, let's just check. Actually, I don't know how long this video has been so far, but my point is that it'll be a live trade, as you say. Yeah, I've always been
Yeah.
wanting to learn how to execute a crypto, because the only crypto trades I've done, well, if you can call it trade, I've already done trades where I've just bought coins and then just put them into the wallets. That's the only thing I've ever done with cryptos.
Yeah. See,
I've
there's
never
probably an
done.
instant buy function where that happens when you use instant buy, where it automatically, just goes and buys it. But if you're using the trading system, then you can actually buy without fees. There's a way of buying without paying fees.
You kidding?
Yep. I can show you a way with buying without paying fees. Yeah.
Oh my God. Is that also on the Binance exchange?
On Binance, you've got to pay fees, but on the South African platform Luno, you don't have to pay fees. But obviously, in Luno, they're limited to the number of coins and stuff you can buy. But
Yeah.
Binance, the
Super
fees is
risky.
very reasonable.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
buy with Binance coin, you get a 50% discount if you just started in the first year.
Yeah. I also use KuCoin. Do you use KuCoin?
Yes, yeah, I've used Qcoin. Yeah,
Yeah. KuCoin, the Chinese exchange, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
Even Binance is
You're
Chinese.
kidding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how ironic. I don't like the Chinese, but yet I'm using them. At least I'm making you laugh. That's so sweet. No, seriously, so out of the cryptos you have, which is your favorite crypto and why?
I like Ethereum actually, Ether.
Yeah.
So because of the functionality, so they kind of equating it to something where you can build, like how you build apps on the Ethereum platform. You can build something called dApps, decentralized application.
Nice.
So it can pretty much achieve anything that you want, like how an ordinary app that you build. So it's contract based. You can build a lot of contracts. So it's an
Yeah.
ecosystem where other platforms live on top of the Ether network. And so Ether is like a big computer, or Ethereum. It's a Ethereum virtual machine. So it's a big world computer that everything can log on to.
Wow. Yeah, I know, like a lot of And also with Ethereum, there are just too many tokens that are stuck, which you can store into the My Ether wallet. So that makes Ethereum quite a nice. What's the word am I looking for?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, the ERC20 tokens. Yes, yeah. So the applications are very good on Ether. That particular functionality. Yeah.
Yeah, most of my coins revolved around that option, but then can't divulge too much because you get dodgy people around the world. But let's say
Yeah.
there are too many tokens around the world that are revolved around Ethereum. But then that's as much as I'm going to say on that issue. But yeah,
What are some of your favorite coins?
no, my main one is I mean, it's a good question. Favorite. Hey, it's difficult. I like Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment, but I do have other coins because what I've learned is that altcoins are doing much more. Let's say they explode much more than Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin is like it's you could like the developed country like America and England and all that they can't go any more than what they can in terms of interest. So you could say that the altcoins are like the third world in the sense that they have more potential, hence they explode more. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
When Bitcoin is generally on a bull run on the up, then the altcoins come into being. So at the moment, Bitcoin has got 66% market share on all the coins.
Yeah.
So they're very strong at the moment. The all come into being once Bitcoin is in the bull run. So when all the other coins, the Bitcoin is in green, and the altcoin will start the double-digit growth. So Bitcoin might only grow by 3 or 4%, but the altcoins will grow by 9% when in full into the bull run.
Or even
That's
more.
when
Like I noticed that altcoin can grow up to
yeah.
thousands of percent, while Bitcoin might grow up to
Oh
maybe
yeah.
60% or
Yeah.
200%. But then, yeah, but then I kind of regret that I didn't buy Bitcoin when it was around 4 grand. At the time, I thought it was expensive as it was, but if I had known it was going to jump to nearly 300,000 rand, I would have probably bought.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting coin. So I don't know if you know, there's even something called Brave browser. So like how
Yeah, I've
you've
heard
got
of it.
Chrome.
Yeah. Do you use
Yeah,
it?
so it's functional. I actually use it,
Huh?
and it's completely based on like the blockchain. Yeah,
I
Brave
mean, do you
browser
use it in terms
and
of do you use it as a Google
a
Chrome
normal
browser to
browser.
enter?
It's completely independent of Chrome, but it works exactly like how Chrome
Yeah,
works. So
yeah, that's
it's
what
a
I meant.
Brave
Like, do you
browser,
use it to browse and
and
all that?
yeah, and it's very good because it prevents ads from coming up. So that's the whole point where the privacy and stuff on the Brave browser is much better. It blocks all the ads, and
Yeah.
also it's got a way where there's a tokenized system on it where you can get tokens. People can get paid for content and stuff. So if you like a particular video or you like content, it's linked to the economy where you can get tokens and you can donate those tokens to organizations and uh, of your choice. So it's very interesting. So it's a tokenized economy that rewards people and stuff like that. It's very nice. And
I'm
even Steam
also
is quite interesting. I don't know if you've
yeah.
heard of Steam as well.
Steam, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. There are too many tokens.
Oh yeah, there's over a few thousand tokens now.
Yes, I use this browser called Presearch. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of Presearch tokens?
No, I haven't heard of it.
And I'm using it at the moment. I'm halfway. I have to make about 1,000 tokens.
No.
I'm on about 400 plus tokens. I'm kind of halfway. So, but I need to make another 500 plus tokens in order to withdraw. How many tokens do you need for Brave to withdraw?
I'm not sure, but you can use it for free. You don't have to pay at all. Uh,
No, it's not what I mean. Like, don't they have a minimum in order to withdraw? Like, for example, if you have like 10 Brave,
yeah, but
which is sorry,
okay.
and you. No, I was gonna just ask. I was asking like when you're withdrawing on Brave, like if you made a lot of Brave tokens, like is there a minimum to withdraw, or there like you could withdraw any amount?
No, I think you can draw any amount. I don't think there's a limit to it. Yeah.
Really? I know as pre-search you have to have like 1,000 to withdraw, and I'm only on around 400 plus tokens.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I mean, I haven't really withdrawn, so
Operate.
yeah.
That would make life easier.
But it's interesting.
Yeah, you must do a withdrawal on Brave just to see how much the minimum. Then that could be an option, because if you don't have to do so much effort on Brave in order to withdraw, meaning if you don't have to have a certain particular target, then it would make it
Yeah.
much more exciting. Because 1,000 is quite a bit on pre-search, but it's fine. I'm halfway, but I'm not even halfway, but it's fine. Tell me something. Wow, what was I gonna? Okay, I'm trying to remember now. So, have you? I was gonna. How many Bitcoin halvings have you gone through in terms of having great return on the cryptos? Because I know people have had great returns on the Bitcoin halvings. Was this your
Yeah. So now
first?
I think this will be the third halving coming up. So I've been part of the 2016 halving was the first
Nice,
halving that I experienced. There
nice,
was one before that. Yeah. I got into the market quite early.
nice.
So, but they expect to be a surge in price before the halving, and then a dumping of Bitcoin after the halving. Because when they say it becomes not very profitable for the miners to mine Bitcoin after the halving. So the smaller guys will get kicked out of the system because of affordability. They'll have to sell their Bitcoin to support their mining and the electricity and all of that. So they expect the price to come down until it stabilizes. So the short term, the price might go down, but long term, it will start to stabilize. Like a year to 18 months after that, they expect the price to go up.
Have you have you heard about masternodes?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Have you
Awesome.
invested in it?
Sorry, you need a huge investment for the master nodes. Yeah, it just
Really?
depends which coin now. Yeah,
Oh, I see. No, because my friend has
yeah.
my friend has told me about it, and
Mm.
there are certain coins where you don't need to. I think the minimum to get into it was about, no, I think 1,000, or was it more than that? Not so much. But there are some masternodes where you have to put like a big amount, because it's like a whole passive operation. Maybe the
Yes,
minimum is about
yeah,
5,000 euros, or was it dollars? No, that's too much. I'm more into stuff
yeah.
where
I
it's
think with
not.
the big market cap coin, the price for the master nodes are huge. Like yeah, like Litecoin and Bitcoin. But very interesting with Ether. There's a big change coming up now. So we're going to go into Ether 2.0 in July. So we're moving from proof of work to proof of stake. So in proof of work, there was a lot of electricity usage, and basically the network has to solve the algorithm and then produce blocks and uh, charge for creating the whole ledger system and the transactions. But going forward, when they move to proof of stake, there's something called stacking. So you're going to be able to stack your coins, and then you will be generating income from stacking. It's like how dividends work. So basically, you lock your funds into that system to run the operations and for the system to do the transactions and run the whole ecosystem. So you get like some sort of interest on it. So you're going to need at least 32 ether. The minimum amount is 32 ether coins to be part of the stacking. Or otherwise you'd have to get into some sort of collaboration with friends or a platform where everyone stacks it together to get 32. And then so that's very similar to the masternode
Oh,
concept, because those 32 coins, you become a validator. So by becoming a validator for transactions and stuff, that's how you get payment.
no, but tell me something. Is the Ethereum, but then is it like passive when you put in the 32
Yeah,
coins?
it's
Or
passive. Yeah, it'll be
okay,
passive.
but it's quite expensive though. 32 Ether. Oh, yeah, it's quite
But you're
expensive.
not selling it, they're just holding it in the system. And you will get at
No,
least,
like what I
well,
mean
they're
is that to
predicting it
invest,
might be 5%.
but it's quite expensive though to invest, isn't it? 32 Ether at the moment. Unless I'm
No,
wrong.
no, but it's your ether. It will remain your ether. It'll always be your ether. So
Yeah, I know that.
when you take it out of the system, you will be able to take it out. So it's yours, but you will earn like maybe 5% interest, but that interest will fluctuate depending how many people come into the system. So the more people that come and stack their coins, the less interest you receive. But it balances out. Yeah.
How so?
Yeah. So it's a pool. So the network will do so many transactions and have to validate a certain number of transactions, which might be depending on the number of users in the system. But it's divided about the interest is divided by the number of people that are in the pool. That stacks. Yeah. There's a paper on it. I mean, you can always attach it to some videos.
Yeah, I've been hearing about Ethereum 2.0, but I wasn't really understanding it. I was getting too confused. But then I think
there's lots happening. Bitcoin, I love Ether. There's lots of stuff coming up. So the challenge for them is that there's a lot of activity on the network, and they can't cope with the number of transactions that are taking place on the network.
That's how Ether 2.0
There's something called so they're trying to increase the number of transactions per block. So there's something called sharding. So they're going to go off the main chain. So it breaks up into tributaries, and they're going to do a lot of the transactions off the main chain into smaller chains that's linked to the main chain. So by then they free up some of the space on the block, and they can create more transactions per second. So there's plasma and sharding. Those are the two big things that are taking place on Ethereum.
Okay.
So there might be a big price movement. It's something called Ice Age. So for Ethereum, when they move from proof of stake, they go into Ice Age. So at the amount you can mine will be also drastically reduced. So it's got a similarity to Bitcoin. So the number of Ether that they can produce is going to be reduced drastically in the proof of stake system.
Interesting. On a final note, which coin do you think is going to do the best during the halving, and why?
Well, specifically on the Bitcoin side, I think Bitcoin, because of the limitation on the number of Bitcoin, so if it's set at 21 million, so it's a supply and demand thing. So with the halving, at the moment, for every block, every 10 minutes, they're producing 12.5 Bitcoin. So after the halving, that 12.5 becomes 6.25 Bitcoin. So, and you've got a limited supply of 21 million. And if cutting down the amount that you're producing every 10 minutes, so then obviously the demand's going to go up and the price becomes more scarce. So it's all about scarcity. So if you had to compare it, now it's a bad time, but maybe the oil price, if you cut the capacity of something by half, the price should go up due to demand. So, yeah.
No, but like what I'm meaning, like which coin do you think is going to do the best during the halving? Which coin do you think?
The altcoins.
Yeah. Or just any coin in general.
Yeah. Well, on the Ether side, there's something on the DeFi coins are doing well. So the financial systems are coming onto the Ethereum network via those ERC20 tokens or living on the Ether system. So they're becoming very popular because they try to keep up with the traditional system where now you can actually loan out your Bitcoin for interest, and you can use it as collateral to get loans against as well. So I think that's going to be big in the future. Where 2 years ago in the crypto world, you couldn't earn interest on anything. But now with stacking coming into being, you can earn interest. You can use it as collateral to borrow against. So I think that's going to be big. And
okay. Well, I don't know if you've heard of Crypto.com app. You've heard of that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that. That's nice.
Because it's very good. It's a trading platform as well. Huh? It's a trading platform.
Yeah, that's a good app to earn interest on. But I think we'll leave it there for today. And on our next chat, you can show me some live trading and stuff like that, if that's okay with you.
Okay. You can do that. Yeah, great.
Thanks so much.
And that was nice chatting. So I think the halving is happening in a day and a half. So it's exciting times. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.